Hello Flight Sim fans and welcome to the Practically Geek channel. In today's video I've landed here at Oxford Kidlington Airport here in the south of the United Kingdom, and this is a Payware scenery by Pilot Plus which just released earlier today and is available over on their website. The link will be in the description below. Before we have a look at the Payware add-on, I'm going to be showing you the default scenery first. This will give you a good idea of what the airport looks like prior to you installing the Pilot Plus scenery. So what can you expect with the default scenery for Oxford Airport? Well, actually you can expect a lot. I'm pleasantly surprised with this scenery that is as standard within the simulator. The ground texturing is pretty good, especially the grassy areas around the apron and taxiways and the runway. The satellite imagery in and around the buildings isn't the best, and there is some buildings missing that the auto gen didn't get. But with that being said, the control tower is here and it is in the correct place. All the hangars and the utility buildings seem to be the correct shape and in the correct position, albeit some may be a bit higher, a bit taller than they would be in the real Oxford Airport. And while the apron, the taxiways and the runway aren't looking amazing texture wise, the ground markings and just the overall general airport itself is actually one of the best default sceneries I've seen thus far doing these videos. But with that being said, stay with me as I head into the Pilot Plus scenery to show you how much they've improved this airport. Welcome back to Oxford Airport. This is the Pilot Plus scenery. I have loaded into it, as you can probably already tell. So join me as I take a look around and see how much they have done to improve this airport. Well, just look at that. Isn't that a fantastic transformation by Pilot Plus? This is probably one of the best I've seen so far, one of the best. And there wasn't a massive amount wrong with the default scenery. As I said before, it was quite fleshed out, it had a lot to it and it wasn't too bad. But you can see for quite a large radius, Pilot Plus have gone in and changed every building to the real life structures, and it just looks insane. Apron textures, taxiway textures, grass ground textures have all been changed, and they just look, yeah, well, you can see for yourself. A lot of new static custom aircraft on each stand. And there's a lot to talk about here, so let's dive down and check out some of the details in this Pilot Plus scenery. These lovely Airbus branded hangars look super crisp, very good texturing on the buildings. We'll get up closer in just a moment. These police helicopters, they look like possibly the AS350 Squirrel possibly, or maybe an older model, but they also look very well rendered. They don't look out of place. They're on their concrete stands, their parking zones there, and you know, it just, for me, it looks realistic. It looks like everything here used the texturing, the shadows, the PBR textures all look realistic, and I'm lost for words, which isn't a great thing to be lost of in a video like this. Just lovely little touches like the fencing with the employee kind of entrance, the turnstile there. That looks really amazing. The texturing on the roofing areas of each individual building. The textures don't repeat, it all looks unique. You can see weathering and just marks out the paintwork. It's fantastic, and it is what you expect from Pilot Plus. They did the Wickham Air Park for this simulator. They also did the Southend Airport more recently, and the detail in both of those airports was stunning, and Oxford Airport is no exception. The control tower there, which we'll have a look at in more detail, looks really lovely. There's some open hangars off into the background there, which of course we will be having a look at. And I'm looking forward to showing you the night lighting also, because this is one of the most detailed sceneries I've seen so far for the simulator. Again, the use of fencing with the employee turnstile there is just fantastic. The control tower is textured to a really high standard. Again, those faked interiors look really nice. In fact, I almost thought the top window in the control tower, well, not the top window, but the one just in the middle where you can clearly see blinds, I thought that was a real interior then. There is actually some real interiors in this airport, and spoiler alert, they're absolutely amazing. I've already been in them, I couldn't help it. I got some screenshots yesterday when this scenery was sent to me by Pilot Plus, so a big thank you to them for letting me check this one out. So let's head up into the control tower and I'll show you what it looks like in there. And just look at that. Isn't it's just incredible. The stairs down, you can see a number of different warning signs. You can see the fire safety sign, no smoking sign, the fire exit. It's just insane. And you can see this kind of wood board in the handrail. You can see all the different grains in it. You can see the Starbucks coffee just on the lower of the shot there, just by the chair. You can clearly see the Starbucks logo, each individual monitor, radars. We've even got the Pilot Plus website on the middle monitors, which is great. And again, you have an interior window texture, which again, not all developers can implement into their sceneries. But again, this is something we saw on the Wickham Air Park and the Southend airport scenery. Admittedly, I have had some time in this scenery before this video. Yesterday, I had a quick look around to see some of the detailing, and even with coming into it now, it's still blowing me away. As you can see, more static, custom aircraft on stand here, and the hangars look fantastic, as you'll see in this particular one. And I think this kind of scene pictures it right. I think you can see the detail that's gone into even the inside of these hangars. You can also see the other open hangar just off to the right there, the blue oval one, which I'll show you now. And again, I think this picture here, this scene, paints just how detailed this airport is. Look at the individual beams of metal sort of curling around the top of the roof and structure there. It all looks very convincing. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And then just heading over the top, moving our way into kind of what is the landside area of Oxford Airport. Again, more true to life custom buildings added into the scenery to add great realism. And then as we head down into kind of the main road that kind of runs through to the kind of down the centre, it's almost the spine of Oxford Airport. And I just wanted to bring the camera down low here to give you what I said before, the kind of the road going through the spine of the airport. I want to give you a better look, and you can see just the level of detail, individual custom signs, Airbus hangars, the parking markings, the car park markings is probably a better way to say it. CAE building just to the left there, more Airbus signs, and just the overall texturing on each building is just high standard. Again, road maps, emergency services roundabout, Oxford Airport sign, the Cafe 5150 there. Just incredible. And there is a small terminal building here at Oxford, and this is where it gets ultra realistic, guys. Just check this out. Just look at that interior that the guys at Pilot Plus have implemented into this scenery. It is just mind-boggling. It is stunning. And I came in here yesterday, took a load of screenshots, as you can imagine, and just looking outside, seeing those aircraft on stand, it's just, and if you have been in this terminal, please let me know in the comments. I want you to tell me what it, if it does replicate the real one. Coffee machine, the BBC News on the telly there, it's just insane detailing. And again, another little interior just further down from that interior I showed you just now. Again, fantastic level of detailing. The floors just look incredible with those reflections. The little white van out there with the Oxford Airport signage on it, and again the static aircraft on the stand there. And that's a great little segue into the features for Oxford Airport by Pilot Plus. This is an ultra realistic rendition of London Oxford Airport. Full PBR implementation from buildings to airside clutter and the ground clutter. Dynamic rain on the control tower and terminal glass, which I will give you a small look at once we look at the night lighting here. True to life static aircraft tower and terminal interior. Custom authentic ground lines, markings and the asphalt texturing. And it's updated to 2021 layout, working with the airport management here, which is fantastic detailing. And performance I've been getting is pretty good. In fact, I've seen no performance dip from this, and the default scenery maybe even better in some respects in places. And with the level of detail, I don't know, I expected it maybe to drop a few frames, but not at all. The file size is 2.66 gigabytes, which is excellent optimization. And with that being said, I think it is now time to head into the night lighting for this airport. Let's roll back our clocks to 1 AM and check out Oxford Airport by Pilot Plus in the night. And this is why I wanted to go into the night lighting from the interior, because as you can see, it looks very, very good. Reflections on the inside windows, you can see the ceiling reflections just underneath the van outside there. The telly is casting light, and all these different light sources, like the kind of the green hue light in the background there by the doorway. The uplighting ceiling lights are casting light down onto the floor. And you can see the taxiway, the green taxiway and runway lights from the outside, and it just, the whole kind of atmosphere of being inside this is just super realistic. We do have those infamous glowing orb UFO lights here in the scenery, but again, this is something that can't be removed by the developers just yet, and I hope Asobo have seen videos of these airports and kind of what the developers are doing to improve them, and let them take out these orb lights. They're not doing any harm, of course, but they just, in this particular scene here, you can see that they stick out like a Thor thumb. Oh god, like a sore thumb rather. But you can see how good the lighting is from the interior, and you can see the interior modeling even in this third section here that I didn't show off before, the kind of the office area with the chairs and the desks, and the sign for Oxford Airport on the terminal building is just fantastic. It looks amazing. And then just coming up above Oxford Airport here to give you a better look at the night lighting in and around the airport. Everything just looks realistic, very convincing night lighting. Some of the best faked interior lighting I've seen so far as well. Sometimes it's not so good. This is perfectly reasonable. It's really, really well done actually. There's different levels of lighting, so there's bright white lights on some areas of the airport, like the side of the Airbus hangar coming into shot here. There's more dull kind of yellowy, huey lights off the window lights, and some of the hangars off into the background there with the open doors. And you can see the car parks and the surrounding areas surrounding Oxford Airport are all done to a very nice standard. And just before I show you inside the control tower once again to show you what it looks like at night, here's what the runway edge lighting and the taxiway edge lighting and those center green center marking lightings look like, and they look really, really great. They're very, very realistic, I think. And once again, just like you'd expect, the night lighting within the control tower interior It's fantastic. You can even see lights from the photocopier and printer there, which is just another level of detail, and all the computers have got their own light source, and the blue kind of underdesk light in there is just so prominent and really stands out. And just to show you how Pilot Plus have implemented the rain droplets on the glass, which you can see now, it screams realism and it looks fantastic. Lovely detail in there. And again, that kind of effect is implemented onto the terminal building here with the modelled interior, and you can see the lovely effect of the rain hitting the glass there. Absolutely fantastic. I love this little detail. It is now time to head into the Practically Geek before and after montage, which I'll be showing you a better look at what the scenery looked like in default form versus what it looks like now. Feel free to pause this at any time in the video to get a good look. I'll be showing you what it looked like before on the top of the screen and what it looks like with the Pilot Plus scenery installed at the bottom. So let's get straight into it. So this has been Oxford Airport Echo Golf Tango Kilo by Pilot Plus. It is available over on their website for £12.49, and I will link the product page in the description down below. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and please consider subscribing to the Practically Geek channel for more videos just like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon.
Hello, 212, you make a left turn there now.
Hello, 212. Hello, 212, we're ready for approach now, and I request vectors via dual company approach.